the Cinema Shogun here, and I hope everyone who celebrates it had a wonderful Thanksgiving yesterday. I just want to start this video by saying that I am thankful for all of you all. But anyways, how did you spend your Thanksgiving? Hopefully you spent it crowded around the table with friends and family, eating some good food. I know I ate good yesterday. That sweet potato souffle was to die for. But you know, as us normal people spent our Thanksgiving watching football, eating some good food, Britney Spears fans spent their Thanksgiving holidays attacking Britney Spears' kids for simply existing. As you were sitting down with your family, a nice big turkey drumstick in hand, as you were cooking for your kids, as you were traveling to your grandma's, Britney Spears fans were in their room, angry at the world, depressed about what their idol has become. And instead of spreading Thanksgiving cheer and love, they sat on the internet attacking Britney Spears' kids for no apparent reason at all. You see, folks, over the Thanksgiving break, I guess Britney Spears' kids and her ex-husband, K-Fed, you all know him, I guess they decided to go surfing because they live down in Hawaii now. As they were surfing, paparazzi took pictures. Of course, they posted these pictures online. And Britney Spears' fan base, they went absolutely nutso, insane, balls to the wall, crazy. It went from 0 to 100 really quickly, with people posting stuff like this. Hopefully, they drown. We have thousands of people who claim that they're Britney Spears fans, wishing death upon her kids for no reason other than simply existing, enjoying some family time at the beach. And then people wonder why these kids have tried to distance themselves so far from the limelight and so far from their mother, who approves of this behavior from her fan base. In fact, she encourages it. She's the one that made her fans feel comfortable acting this way. But you see, they're saying all types of wild things like this. They're old enough for me to say it. They're ungrateful little shits that are able to afford this lifestyle due to their mother's money. Brainwashed by their dumbass, jealous, loser, untalented dad, but old enough to realize what really happened. Evil ass kids who don't see their mom as a person, but an embarrassing bank account. You know, Britney Spears fans always bring up that, oh, her kids just care about her money. Her kids just want her money. Because Britney Spears has to pay child support to K-Fed. Which, I mean, that should tell you something right there when you see that the father got custody of the kids. But anyway, if Britney's kids were really all about the money, if all they cared about was money, and they really wanted access to Britney's money, and they wanted Britney to buy them things, wouldn't they, I don't know, keep a relationship with their mother? Wouldn't they want to live at home with their mom instead of Kevin Federline? If her kids really cared about the money and the limelight, wouldn't they be at home with Britney freaking Spears instead of God knows where with Kevin Federline? These kids aren't all about the money. If they were, they would be at home with mama. They would let mama act as crazy and wild as she wants to. Spin, ladies, spin. Keep on spinning. And as you spin, keep throwing us those credit cards and those $100 bills. With the current mental state that Britney's in right now, they could take advantage of that woman all day. She probably wouldn't even know the difference. But they don't. They don't want to be anywhere around her. Because I assume that they've had some pretty traumatic experiences growing up with that woman. Judging by her behavior, the way she acts, the issues that she's very obviously dealing with mentally. Not to mention, we've had lawsuits filed against Britney in the past where her bodyguards alleged that Britney used to have loud, wild sex around her kids where they could hear it. And that she would walk around the house naked, smelling like farts and cigarettes. So I wouldn't be surprised if these kids saw some wild stuff growing up. They were probably subjected to some very psychotic behavior. And someone like Britney, they have these ups and these downs. And it's hard for a person who's mentally stable to keep up with that, especially a kid. It's hard for a kid to juggle the mood swings and the behavior swings from Britney. 1 minute she's angry and bitter at the world and lashing out and attacking everyone. The next minute she's happy on a high that you can't reach naturally without some type of mental illness. And she's spinning in circles and dancing around. Lord knows what these kids had to deal with. I know one thing. Whatever they had to deal with, Britney's money was not enough to make them stay. It was not enough to make them overlook how Britney was with them. And that tells me a lot. And I think that would tell anyone a lot if they really thought about it and they weren't biased because maybe they were a fan of Britney. But let's look at some other things that people were saying. They're so lame. His white ass would love to Hawaii with them ungrateful kids. I'm assuming you meant move. But I see that even Britney's fans have to add in a tad bit of racism there. His white ass, as if Britney's not white herself. In fact, Britney's whiter than Kevin Federline, if you ask me. But, these people, they have no common logic. They're totally just really far out there type of people. For you to even make a comment like this, it's almost like you don't even acknowledge in your mind that Britney's white herself. But let's look at a few more comments. How can you be related to the Britney Spears and be that ugly? Embarrassed of their mom posing topless on IG, but they're both topless in public? Like I said, these people are far out there. They have no self-awareness. They're mentally handicapped. A lot of them, they're kind of in the same boat as Britney. But right here, it's almost as if these people can't grasp or acknowledge that two teenage boys surfing with their shirts off is different than Britney Spears posting with her shirt off. We all know that there's a difference between dudes walking shirtless and women walking topless. Let's not act like that's not a thing. But people just pretend like, teenage boy surfing, it's the same as mom posting nudes on Instagram while attacking her kids. It's not the same at all. Not even close. But there are tons, and there's just so many comments. People were saying all type of disgusting things towards her kids. I hope that they don't go online and see this, but they do. And their friends see it as well. Not only do their friends see their mother posing naked on Instagram all the time, but they see They see, them being attacked online and all of the trolls and all the mean things that these people say. And I find that disgusting. But it just goes to show the type of people you're dealing with here. And I've been telling you all along. That's the reason why I took the gloves off. I have no problem being harsh when it comes to covering Britney Spears news, because these people like to act like victims, yet they're out here dishing out all types of hate. Now, if you want to dish stuff out and you can take it, that's one thing. But they can't take it. They like to dish all of this stuff out. And then when some hate or some heat or some anger or some foul comments come back their way towards Britney, it's as if it's the end of the world. They portray Britney out to be this victim. They like to act like they're victims themselves on Britney's behalf. Yet Britney and her fan base, they're constantly out here lashing out at people, talking down on people, and Britney's fans are constantly attacking her kids, and Britney herself is constantly attacking her kids as well. I've never in my life seen someone attack their kids on social media and allow their 48 million followers to attack their kids as well. But that's the type of situation that we have here. And you see how ugly these people can be. I hope they drowned. I hope they drowned just because, they're a 17-year-old out here surfing. They don't want to be around their mom because she's obviously crazy. But they're bad people because their mom had to pay child support because she wasn't mentally stable enough to get custody of her own kids. So everyone is painted out to be the bad guy here, when the actual bad guy, that's kind of Britney, like I've always been saying. But, if Britney had one shred of decency, she would call out the people who are doing this. She would step up for her kids in these moments, but she doesn't. In fact, she doubles down, and she goes along with her fan base. I guarantee you she's at home reading these comments towards her kids, and she's loving it because she's that bitter of a person. And if you're a Britney Spears fan, please make sure not to become that type of person as well. But for now, let me know your thoughts down in the comments below. If you're feeling generous, drop a super thanks to support the channel, or support the channel for free by sharing the video, hitting that like button, subscribing, ringing that notification bell. And as always, I'll talk to you all very soon in the next video.